Hi, welcome back to Valley News Live. Now we do have that first alert weather day on Friday. So let's take a look at what we're expecting at this moment. So the American model has the bulk of the heavier snow hitting the Fargo-Moorhead area about noontime on Friday. So places west will see that a little earlier. Now as we move throughout the day on Friday, it's only going to get worse. Here we are about 6 o'clock, and as you can see, a lot of those really dark bands are moving through the Northern Valley and northern Minnesota, and those winds too will cause issues with visibility very quickly. Now as we move through the overnight period into Saturday morning, that snow will continue and start tapering off by here we are around midnight on Saturday, and it will continue and start tapering off by around 4 in the morning or so. So Saturday morning is looking all clear at this moment, but we could still see some blowing snow, and those roads will still probably be pretty slick out there. So if you're headed out anywhere on Saturday morning, make sure you are driving carefully, as well as Friday evening. But here in Fargo, though, we're seeing mostly clear skies, some clouds here and there, particularly facing off to the east here. And that temperature is cold. Look at that, 12 degrees, and that wind blowing out of the west-northwest at 21 miles an hour is making it feel like -7 degrees. And that's pretty similar across the area. We're seeing temperatures around 10 degrees for most people, but we are still seeing some single digits for folks up in the Devil's Lake Basin, and their wind chills are much chillier. Look at that, -16 degrees for Devil's Lake, and the rest of the area is still seeing those negative wind chills for most people. Now Sisseton there, our lucky one, sitting right at 0 for that wind chill. Now we are still seeing those clouds in the east and clear skies out west. Things are pretty quiet here, but that severe outbreak is still making its way across Georgia and Florida and spawning a couple severe thunderstorm warnings there. Now closer to home, as we look through the afternoon, we're finally going to see that wind start tapering off, but that doesn't mean those temperatures are going to improve. Still seeing single digits out west this evening and some low teens for folks in Lakes Country. Now as we move through the overnight period, those clear skies and calm winds combine for even chillier temperatures. Langdon sitting at 0 degrees tonight at about 10 o'clock, and here in Fargo it's going to be 8 degrees. Chilly all across the area. Now as we see those clouds move in overnight, that's actually going to help keep temperatures a bit warmer. So those clouds act as a little bit of a blanket, and that nice southerly wind is going to bring some warm temperatures, and warm is pretty relative here. We're going to start the day about 16 here in Fargo, and some teens in the south and some upper single digits in the north, and we're going to reach some 20s for a lot of folks across the area, which is pretty nice, and even a 30 here or there by tomorrow evening, and those clouds move back in during the evening time as those winds taper off just a little bit, and we'll see temperatures around 20 degrees as we head to bed tomorrow. Now we'll start the day about 14 degrees and warm up to a very nice 30 degrees thanks to those southerly winds, and that's pretty similar across the area as those wind chills will back off just a little bit too thanks to those dying winds. Now this next week we do have a couple windy days ahead of us before that first alert weather day on Friday with those wind and snow, and that snow continues into Saturday morning as those temperatures plummet even more. Saturday morning, -2 as we wake up, and those negatives stay around, -9 as we wake up on Tuesday. So Ashlyn, we have a pretty chilly week ahead of us, and that chill isn't going anywhere either in the long range past this week. So time to bundle up, I guess.
Yeah, I would call it pretty chilly. Wow, yeah. Bracing ourselves for this cool down. All right, thank you for that.